Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 7 of the Squatch and Ashley show.
Yay. Can't believe we've only made it to double digits.
We're a long ways.
No, we're
It's
not.
7. We're just barely over half.
So, what's wrong with that? We're almost at 10.
I'll be happy we hit 100.
That's a long time being
That's a
your
lot
partner
more
in
gray hair in my
podcast.
beard.
Yeah, you better dye that beard.
All right, Ashley. So we are going into this completely blind today. Like
We are. We didn't have any pre-flight conversations today.
Oh, yes, we did. You just said I wasn't allowed to talk about them.
Not about what's going to be talked about.
So, hey,
Mr. Kitchen.
Hey, the lies, guys. Like, this podcast is supposed to be about the truth, and we are starting this out with pure lies.
Okay, I'm saying we did not go over any topics we were going to talk about today because we said this was going to kind of be a BS session because we've had 2 guests and said we were going to just talk about kind of like a recap and what's going on around town.
Well, that's what you said.
Shane.
Well, okay. We just talk, I guess. But is there anything new coming up? Like,
I have a couple of little shout outs I want to do. One, I've spent like probably $700 since the 23rd of opening of the SIP studio here in town, Sarah Connor's place. I literally think, I bet if she added it up under my number, it's probably close to like $705. Just saying. So it is a lot.
what's she putting in drinks that like get you addicted?
I don't know. It's like magic, voodoo magic. I'm
Yeah.
going to keep drinking them tomorrow morning. I'm going to be there too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the hours there? You should.
I should like just post up my office there, right?
Yeah.
So-
I mean, y'all know the hours.
Well, I mean, Yes. Okay. So she opens at 7 a.m. in the morning. So that's plenty of time for you because you get up early, right?
No.
Yes, you do. You lie. You're like up at the crack of dawn.
It depends. I don't want to be.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 to 3. Saturday, 8 to 12.
And where's she actually at, location wise? In case you just like everybody wanted to go there. So
Everybody wanted to go there, right? I would say 205 West Washington Street.
But nobody knows what the address is, Ashley.
Okay, right next to Journey North Tattoo Company,
Okay.
where Sister Patisserie used to be. So in between, yes, where Journey North is, and then Synergy
Where's Journey North? What's Journey North do?
Tattoo.
Yeah, who owns that?
Chad Massey.
Yeah, who all works in there?
He's doing this to me on purpose, isn't he? Like trying to make up topics because you know.
I'm trying to get people around. Like let's get some publicity out there.
Chad Massey,
Yeah.
Sonny Batten. Do you get tattoos there? Have you gotten any new ink?
No, not there, but almost everyone
Daniel
I did.
does piercing.
Chad's done about everything I've got.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time it was like in an apartment room or something.
Oh my
but,
God.
I mean, it was pre-professional.
And those guys do a ton for the community too.
Yes.
So
I think you're finally starting to get my cues here where I'm going with this, Ashley.
because I'm just nervous about what this podcast is really about because you're telling me you're not telling me, so I'm just kind of just rolling with this here. So
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the one thing I did want to bring up before we get into whatever else we get into is the Booster Club is back at the schools.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
like for real, Booster Club,
For real Booster Club. And do you remember what the Booster Club was?
fun.
So,
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah. So
School spirit.
Right. So Jessica Kitterman, I think she's kind of revived this.
I saw her today at SIP Studio.
She was at the SIP studio too?
Yeah.
We're going to have a SIP studio recovery room.
Yeah. SIP Studio Anonymous. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to get her in here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Then
I
I'll be
love Jess.
outnumbered.
That's fine.
But anyhow, so this is just getting started.
Okay.
They've only had 2 meetings so far. Their next meeting's going to be in May.
Yeah.
They're I guess they're just there, like they support these athletes, they promote involvement and stuff. They do community fundraisers. They do celebrations. They work with the athletic department. They help, financially or budgets and all that. They just want to support all of the Bruin athletics. And I'm kind of reading through some of this stuff of what it is so I don't mess it up. But the one thing is they're not going to replace anything that the other teams have already started. So, you've got your football moms and stuff like that. It's not replacing any of that. This is just, it's not even a part of that. This is something completely different. But I know they are, I know Jessica personally, and she's going to probably hit this about as hard as I hit stuff. So it's not just going to go away. I promise you. But I think they're looking for some more people in there. So
like adults?
Yes, they want help with.
I would love to.
Okay. I know Laura's on it. Like Laura showed up.
Yeah, I'll hang out with them.
Yeah, with who?
Laura.
Okay.
Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the more people they get there, then the more they can do, because they'll probably be set up at games and everything like that. Do you know how hard it is to talk to you when you're texting on the phone?
I am looking up stuff I want to talk about, because I guarantee you don't even know this business is located in Montpelier. So
Which business are you in Montpelier? What business are you talking about? No.
Positive Energy Cafe.
No, I don't.
They are going to see. So next time you go to yell at me.
Well, I'm waiting on you to talk.
So know what? Yeah, they're not opening until May 12th. Okay.
Okay.
And their hours are going to be Monday through Thursday, 6 to 2, Friday, 6 to 1, and then reopen at 4 to 7.
So what do they do, actually?
Hang on, I'm going to tell you their hours first, and then I'm going to tell you. Okay.
Everybody's going to forget their hours time they open.
Can I just say it, please? Saturday, 8 to 1, then reopen at 4 to 7, and then Sunday, 8 to 2. So pretty much they're going to be open every day, okay? They're going to have drinks, food. I'm just going to show you some of these pictures. I know our listeners cannot hear us, but how good does that salad look?
It looks good.
Looks good.
For a rabbit.
Well, I love stuff like that. So, and look at this. Look at this.
So,
look at this cup of coffee.
Do you know the owners of this one? Do you know the owners of this?
Because I know everybody. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just asking. You're the one sending the information. I'm just trying to help you through this presentation.
Yes, I know Casey. I went to school with her. She's amazing. And I'm just so proud of her because I've watched her journey as a barista and making up these drinks. And I've always thought, dang, I wish Casey would open up her own shop so I could go get something from her. So, and now she is. So it's located in Montpelier. I want to say it was where it's 114 East Huntington Street. So I want to say it was maybe where.
This is Huntington right out here.
I know that, Shane.
I'm just trying to help you.
Casey, we'll get you some more publicity when Shane's not interrupting me so much.
No, I was trying to help you explain where it is.
I know where Huntington Street is.
Well, you was looking at me like you didn't.
I look
oh
at
my
you
gosh,
like
this is
all
going
the
to be a
time.
forever episode again.
So I'm really excited for Casey to open her place. I think it's going to be really great. So when I'm over here, I can stop by Positive Energy Cafe.
It's right behind the Chief Godfrey statue.
Yes.
There you go.
Right by the new.
There, that's how you do it. Right behind the big Indian.
Yes. I know.
See how easy that was? Less words right there. Everybody knows
gosh.
where they're going. So you're going to be going Sip Studio to here to
Positive Energy Cafe.
Energy, back
Yeah.
and forth.
All kinds of caffeine.
Just what you need.
I know. So, but you didn't know that was going to be opening. So
No, I did not. So what other secrets do you have?
I don't really have any other secrets. I'm really working with Downtown and 4-H days. We're going to be having a couple of fundraisers come about. So
Awesome.
one's kind of a little secret.
What's the secret?
I don't know if I can trust you with my secret.
But it's not about trusting me. You're getting ready to tell however many listeners, right?
Hopefully more than 3.
I think most of them left.
Okay, so stay tuned. But we are going to bring, are you ready for this? Because I think you're going to like it and you have to come. So will you just say yes? please, Shane, just say yes, you'll come.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to have a murder mystery dinner theater thing.
Interesting.
How fun is that?
I don't know. I've never been to one.
So that's fun. Are you going to come, Mr.
Probably
Kitchen?
not, but I've been to one and they're fun.
Probably not.
So,
You're coming.
uh,
Too bad.
I'll be there.
this poor guy, he don't even have a microphone to defend himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's just over here. He's our producer, actually.
trust
Just because you can't pick on me does not mean you have to veer off and pick
You're
on
coming
him.
too.
You guys trust the whole episode to me, and I don't even get a mic.
That's
I could make the whole thing blank.
all right. We're getting a little bit out of
but we're-
out of
Hey,
topic here.
we don't even have a topic. You didn't even tell me what our topic was today.
Well, what else? So, do you have anything else coming up?
Murder Mystery Dinner Theater, okay?
Murder Mystery Dinner Theater.
And we're working towards like having, we are looking for sponsors for that. So but it's a very exclusive sponsorship. So we can only accept 3 sponsors for the Murder Mystery Dinner. So you're like super cool. So if anyone wants to be a sponsor for that, please reach out to me.
Reach out to you.
Me.
And what's the sponsorship consist of?
It's $250. You'll get free tickets with your sponsorship, but like the event is presented by you. So your logo and your name is going to be everywhere. Everywhere. And I promise I'll make it worthwhile.
Interesting. So, so it could be like Squatch could be there, right?
Yes.
Nice. Well, I want to bring up one thing. Then I got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a lot from where we started till here that Jared's going to edit out. So, I wanted to bring up the fourth Saturday of every month. The Arcana Masonic Lodge has an all-you-can-eat breakfast, and it's from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now, guys, I've been out there, and that food is awesome. So, it's. And I'm not going to give you like step-by-step directions, but it's at our old farm. It's right by the jail at my dad, Terry Smith, is back here at the barn. So if you need more directions, reach out to us or whatever. But I think you can get there. Go straight down 26, turn left in the driveway for the jail. See how easy that is, actually?
That's very easy.
So it's $10 a person, all you can eat. I mean, they've got biscuits and gravy. They got scrambled eggs, sausage patties, bacon, ham.
That sounds good.
It is good. It is good. So, like, nice big place back in there in the hangar. I mean, go check it out. Hang out. There's a lot of people there already. So, let's go have fun. So, you ready for this?
Am I ever ready?
You're always ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, we had
What?
to book a Shane.
Shane,
We had to book a Shane. You surprised me with book Shane. So today,
I don't have an interesting life like you.
oh yeah, you just got a life you don't want to tell anybody about.
Oh
So-
my God.
Today's the book of Ashley. I've been told that I'm the one that talks 70% of the time, and for the majority of the reason, just so that you don't. But
That's probably a good thing.
exactly. So I want to know.
You have to help me because, like, I really don't even know where to start. Like,
Well, what year was you born?
1985,
Yes.
March 28th, 1985.
That's
Born
that
and
is the
raised.
start of the book of Ashley.
Born and raised in Hartford City. I was actually born in Muncie. I'm sorry, but this is my home.
Yeah.
To Gina and Kenny are my parents.
Kenny. What's he go by on Facebook?
So my dad is such a free spirit and just he just does not care, right? Like, you can't tell Kenny Peters anything, okay? That's kind of where I get my attitude from. Most people can vouch. But he's been kicked off social media so much that he's had to have like an alter ego, and he goes by Rodney.
Rodney Watt.
No, we're not going to get a censorship.
No, you can't do the lead up. So look, I love this. What does
If
he
you
go
see
by?
Mr. Rodney Longpecker
There
on
it is.
social media,
There it is.
it
So,
is indeed my father,
there you go.
Kenny Peters.
Yeah.
So shout out to my dad.
There you go.
That's who I get my attitude and red hair from.
And what about your mother?
My mother's a saint.
Yeah.
And you know she is, isn't she? You can vouch for me. Gina.
I will not lie
Rubel.
on this podcast. I know your
saint.
mother. I will not lie on this podcast.
Okay, she is wonderful. She is the owner and operator of Auburn Sun Studio, which is located inside the Copper Curl Beauty Bar. And her and my stepfather also have the pool hall next to it.
Right.
Her and my stepfather have been together since I was 14. So I have a great, he's wonderful. Great stepdad, great mom, great dad.
What's his name?
Matt Rubel.
There. Thank you. I'll help you say this, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Matt Rubel. I only have, obviously I have stepbrother and sister, Levi and Heather, but I have one biological sisters.
Thank goodness you only have one.
There's only one more of me. Kara Barnes. So
Yeah.
she's married to my brother-in-law, Matt, and I have a beautiful niece named Addison. So Kara is the owner and operator of the Copper Curl Beauty Bar. She's been in the hair business for a long time. She's like the best of the best. So
That's what I hear.
I know. And it's true.
It
It's
is.
true. So she's very good at what she does. Her and my brother are very involved in the Lighthouse Church. They just started their ministry there too. So they are just like the epitome of what a couple should be and the love and, the love for Christ. So I look up to both of them very, very much. Even though she's my younger sister, I still look up to her very, very much. So I have a son named Cash. And it's funny, I am in banking, yes, but my son is older than what I've been in banking. And I get that a lot, oh, you must have really loved your job to name your son Cash. And I actually named him before I started banking. So, but he's not named after Johnny Cash. His father and I were huge Guns N' Roses fans, and that's actually Slash's son's name, Cash. And we both just thought the day we said it, that's it, it's Cash. So here's Cash. So he's going to be 14.
He's a little baseball player too.
He's a little baseball player for the 8th grade Bruins. So
Nice.
yep, they're a great team, great group of kids. So Cash goes to school with a great group of kids. I'm very fortunate. And he's just a good kid all around. He really is.
Well, yeah, he thinks I'm the coolest thing since sliced bread. So
you need to tell your friends.
I do want to say something though. This is about to book Ashley too.
Okay, well, I'm getting up to that. So, I'm going to kind of lead up to this. So, I was in retail before I started. I'm going to talk a little bit about me, then I'm going to go kind of how in the last few years, okay?
You just do it how you want it.
Okay.
This is your story. You tell it how
I
you want.
was in retail before I started banking. I was with Charlotte Roos when, you guys remember when the Muncie Mall was kind of cool? Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it is now. But I was with Charlotte Roos, and I was store manager, and I actually managed Fort Wayne, and that's a drive, from Hartford City to Fort Wayne. I hated it. So Victoria's Secret actually recruited me. So I came back to Muncie and was the store manager at Victoria's Secret.
So did you run around like in little wings and?
I wish I looked like a Victoria's Secret supermodel, but no, I didn't. I didn't run around with the wings.
I didn't
wish.
ask what you looked like. I just want to know if you ran around the mall with the wings
Well,
on.
I feel like you have to look that way to run around with the wings, Shane.
Yeah.
You have to look a certain way.
I know. I did it once.
Yeah. But actually, I had really great moments in my retail career with Victoria's Secret. We were a top 100 store, Little Old Muncie. They actually flew me out to New York. I got to visit our flagship store and meet a couple of the supermodels. So I was very successful in my retail career. And then I got, obviously having a young child in retail, it's terrible. Working terrible hours. You closed one night, you were there till 10 or 11. You had to get right back up at 7 in the morning. Cash was so little. And I just felt like I just wasn't like the best mom to him. You know what I mean? And back then it wasn't Black Friday anymore. It was Black Thanksgiving. You worked on Thanksgiving. You didn't come in on Black Friday anymore. They just kept making it earlier and earlier, and you worked holidays and weekends. So Melanie Parker, who is our mortgage loan originator through Citizen State Bank, was actually the branch manager of Citizen State Bank at the time, and came in and just kind of talked to me. We knew each other because she's obviously from here, and just kind of told me, we have some openings. But if anybody knows anything about retail, you make great money, right? You make great money. You have great bonuses. And obviously this would have been a pay cut. But long story short, I took a chance, took a pay cut. But obviously I moved up very quickly with Citizen State Bank to become, now I was the branch manager, and my title has changed to business development officer. But in that meantime, I met Nathan, who I've been with for a very long time.
And what does most RC know Nathan as? Are we allowed to say that?
I don't think we are allowed to say it. I think it's kind of a secret.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep a secret for now. And then we have a different podcast. We'll kind of talk about it. Maybe if we're allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Does that sound okay?
It's your story, Ashley. I know this is hard.
I don't like that.
I think you're leaving a lot of your life out, though.
I'll get to it. So I met Nate, and he works for the city of Hartford City now. He works for the wastewater department, but Nathan is also a musician. That's what everybody kind of knows him as. Right. He's very good at the drums. He's a very good musician. But I met Nathan, and it just kind of clicked immediately. And since the very first time I hung out with him, we've never left each other. And he has a beautiful Jordy, my stepdaughter. She's beautiful. She gave us a grandson, so we're grandparents. I know it's hard to believe I'm only because I'm only 30.
Yeah, I'm not even a grandparent.
And you're so young still too.
Prime.
But Nathan and I, so we're grandparents. Nathan and I, he's just wonderful. I know you kind of bragged on Laura a little bit, so I'm going to brag on Nate. He's a very supportive partner. He's always there for me. He lets me do any of my crazy ideas because obviously, if you can imagine, I have my hand in a lot of stuff. Can you even imagine keeping up with my schedule? No. Or my phone going off, constantly, always on the go. But he's just such a supportive partner. He's such a supportive just person in my life. And I love and appreciate him so much. And I truly thank him for what he's done for me. I know he'd be like, stop, you, it's total opposite, but give him a moment here.
So, yeah, and I can see that with you guys. And I'll tell you what I do notice. Anything you do, you're all out.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like when you're talking about Victoria's Secret, as you was talking about that, I'd forgot about. But I kind of remember, seeing things. I remember you going all out on that. And you lived your life. It don't matter if you was working there. You took that lifestyle everywhere you went. Mm-hmm. And you made that your mission, and that's why these things grow. Is you get people in there that they don't just clock in at a certain time and clock out. No. They take pride in what they do, mm-hmm. and they roll with it. And everything you do, that's what you do. I mean, we're here on a Friday after evening recording mm-hmm. a podcast because you do what you do. You go to the bank and it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, Sundays, whatever. There'll be something on social media, but what you've done for the bank is just your personality. Is mm-hmm. you've taken everything serious, and I love that. And you did that with Nathan too. And no, I mean it is hilarious for me because I don't know why this is stuck in my head. It's kind of scary.
Oh gosh.
So you started dating Nathan, and he was in a band, mm-hmm, and they was mm-hmm. playing. But I always remember it was you got Ashley, you seen all dressed up anyway. And then, next thing you know, it's Ashley is his best swim fan. She is that girl, and
total
she is
fangirling.
Oh yeah, she is that groupie. She is right there. Backstage, screaming, yelling, dressed, decked out, but
all black.
Yes, all black.
rock and roll.
Yeah, like it was, I just died when I first seen that. But that is your personality. Like if there's something you care about,
I love hard.
you are all in. And of course, because of that with you, your emotions get wrapped up sometimes.
It does. I get my feelings
and you
hurt
get your
very
feelings hurt
easily.
because
Yeah.
you want everybody else to be all in and they're just not. That's
They're
just
not.
life.
No, you've had to
So-
give me those hard talks.
It's suck it up, buttercup talks.
Yeah, they did. But it's hard.
Right. But when you are that passionate and you're doing that much good, I mean, the stuff you do for the community and the different things that you get started and you don't say no.
Neither do you.
Yes, I do. I said no the other day. I'm remembering that. So, but the thing is, when you do that, one of the things that you know you're doing good is when you get haters and you get people talking
I
crap.
know.
Because if people's not talking crap about you, that means you're not doing enough. I mean, if you go home at night and you're like, oh, nobody ever says a bad thing about me, then you ain't doing enough. Get off your ass and do something.
Right. Right.
Plain and simple.
Yes. And, people don't know sometimes how to take Nathan's personality. He's funny, okay? There's been a couple of times he's gotten called out on social media, but you have to know Nathan to understand his sense of humor. And if you don't get that, then sucks to be you. You know what I mean? But I get my feelings hurt because I see stuff and whatever, and I need to remember what you've said. My grandfather always would say, whoever, suck it up.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Them people that are going to tell you can't, tell you won't, say it won't happen, and be your haters, their life will be the same.
Always, yeah.
Always. They're not going to go nowhere. So let them not go nowhere and just bypass them.
Right.
Like,
You're in my rearview mirror, buddy.
yeah. There you go. I mean, honestly, it's, and I love it because honestly, I want people to get negative.
I know.
For
It's
those
motivation.
it is. And
Motivation.
I got to get you shifted to that.
I know, but that's gonna be
So
hard.
the more negative you are, the more you say you can't do something. It just blows me up, right? And if I can
know.
get you like that, because you waste so much time when you get upset.
And I get upset a lot because people are so mean sometimes.
Yeah, suck it up. That just means you're doing good things.
I know.
So I just wanted to point out like you're successful. You help these people out. It's not just about working hard. It's about the passion and the dedication, coming up with plans, and you execute them.
I truly want people to be more successful than I am.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I want to be second. I want them to be first. And I think that when people don't realize that or they think otherwise, it just hurts my feelings because I'm like, well, why don't you think that too? You know what I mean? Or when they spin it around in a way of like, they just don't like me or they don't like, it's like, but really, if you would talk to me about why I do what I do, or, people say, oh, you post this, or you post, you and Nate a lot, like you guys joke or banter, or you give him an appreciation post, or, oh, you posted yourself. People have no idea that even though I seem so happy, I've overcame a lot of dark times, right? Not only with some family situations, but like within myself, because a lot of people suffer through that, anxiety and depression and feeling terrible about themselves and maybe have not been the best version of themselves, not happy with how they looked, and I made some changes with myself. So everything I post, I think, people don't understand, but people need to understand. I really don't give a shit. How about that, Shane?
Oh, wow. You sound like me.
I don't give a shit because I have overcame so much to get where I am.
Right. And that's okay to be proud about that. And that's okay to talk about that. And that's okay to bring that up. You don't always have, of course I have to teach, especially Bridger, like be humble, but that's because he's overly cocky. But it's okay to be happy about achievements, right? It's okay to post about achievements because especially when the achievements are not just about you, it's achieving something that's helping other people.
Right.
And a lot of things that people have to remember is those happiest go lucky, I'm driving, I'm doing this. Sometimes you're not seeing the real picture, right?
No.
And the people out there that's doing a lot of this community work, that's trying to help these small businesses, that's trying to help people. They're the people that have suffered through stuff. And like you said, that's where you're going is you do this because you've been there.
Right. And
You know?
you've had hard times, and and why I'm the positive person myself is that, I'll just say this, and I don't think he'll care I say this, but I'm lucky to have my dad alive. There were so many years that he struggled with substance abuse and addiction, and he was not present. He will say it. He was not the dad he, wanted to be to Kara and I. Never once have I ever questioned my dad's love for me. He loves Kara and I. But I question why were you doing this? Why did Kara and I go through this? Kara had a lot harder. She was obviously younger than me, and she was there for the hard part, still living, with my, still living at home and around my father at the time. And then I had Cash, and I say this to Cash even, and he knows about his pappy's past, but if Cash was not alive, I don't think my dad would be alive. I think Cash saved my dad, and obviously his faith and love in Jesus Christ saved him. He talks about it very passionately, and my sister was a big part of my dad's overcoming his addiction. And watching your loved one go through addiction is just terrible. So when people are very harsh about addiction on social media, like, why do we have Narcan, or who cares if they're overdosing? Let them die. And I'm thinking, you have no idea how it feels to have someone you love battle that disease, because it just grasp them. So I will always be a huge advocate on addiction and overcoming addiction, and to never be ashamed of addiction. And everybody has a past that they can overcome. So that also fires me up if I see that on social media, because I'm like, okay, well, let it be your dad or mom, and we'll see if you say the same things. So,
and I agree for the most part, but I think we could have a very interesting podcast.
Oh, we could.
Because my views are not exactly the same.
No,
as
and I know they're not. But we could have I think that might be a good one to have some people who have maybe battled addiction, but also some people who view it kind of more, on the side of you can stop anytime you want to, but you know what I mean? We could
see what
tip
you're
the
saying.
scales on that. That'd be a good, I know quite a few people who would love to come and talk.
Yeah.
Let's remember that, okay?
We'll remember that. So really your dad, before he was long pecker, he was really just a peckerhead.
Just straight, yeah.
Just straight a peckerhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I tell him that too, but no, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. But I had a great childhood. So most of you know me from my grandparents, Ben and Carolyn Hodgen, right?
Absolutely.
They were pillars of the community. They're one of the ones owned one of the very first Pizza Kings around here. It's something a lot of people don't know, that my grandparents owned some Pizza Kings. So before they owned the Keg and the Kettle, So
the keg's probably what made them famous. Like that's what they're remembered
Homestead.
from. Yeah, or the Homestead. Yeah,
Homestead Keg and Kettle.
Yep, Homestead Keg. So I remember being when I was little. Of course, my dad and them was friends.
Very good friends.
Very good friends, and I remember some of that, but it's like just faint bits and pieces of it. So, but yeah, So is that where you get some of this drive and love for the community? Like,
yes, because my grandfather would literally tell me at 6, 7 years old, if I was just standing there and he was running around and his waitresses were running around and bartenders, he'd say, Ashley, if there's time to lean, there's time to clean. And excuse me, I'm going to say a lot of bad language. Get your ass back there and wash those dishes. Right? Like, bust those tables. Like, I was working. Like, Kara and I were working. Like, my grandparents, like, instilled that, like your dad did, that work ethic. Like, you're going to start young and you're going to continue, And I seen him be a straight up, what, to his staff. And I'd be like, wow, Paul, like, that's kind of mean. But it made them better. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, they thanked him, like he saved a lot of people too, and my grandmother, like they were, and then also like who and what couple can get married at a young age because they were high school, own a business together, work together, and then still after you're done working, go and play 18 rounds of golf and want to be around each other and then go home with each other. Like that kind of love does not exist this day.
They was a super couple.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
That doesn't always happen, you know? So they were just really good role models in not only like work ethic, but like love. Like this is what a family should be like, you know? So, you know, and then fast forward, you know, we lost my grandmother to cancer. She was very, you know, still young, and it was just a devastating time. When you lose somebody that important to you, it just changes you. I went through kind of a very dark time in my life in between that time, and I didn't like the person I was for a time. And, you know, it's something that unfortunately I can't ever change, but it, you know, it makes you who you are, you know? Now I live to make, you know, her proud, and of course my grandfather. But, you know, my grandfather went on to become mayor of Hartford City for 2 terms. And in that time I was able to work for Citizens State Bank, gave me the opportunity to work side by side with him for like through so many activities and events. And, you know, that's something that I can't ever repay, you know, Dan Maddox, our CEO, for giving me the opportunity to be there in the community and do those things, because those are like core memories for me. You know, most people don't get to spend time with their grandparents like that and work side by side and see their achievements, you know.
And I'll say, like, for Dan and Citizens, what they're doing with you is genius. Like, I mean, from a business and retail is new to me. I mean, that's the newest thing we've done. So I'm learning as I go. But from a marketing standpoint, for them being able to see what you bring to the table and let you just roll is absolutely genius. I mean,
and I didn't pay you to say this, did I?
No, not very much. But it is. It really is. It's genius, because there's not a lot of people like you that takes that passion 24 hours a day about something like that. They had the experience to notice that. They took that and they ran with it. And I'm telling you, it's helping them out probably more than anything else at that bank, I'm guessing. So,
Shane, thank you.
But you are the face of Citizens.
And it's funny, it's what Brock, my direct, you know, leader, and Dan and Kirby, our president, always say is, you are the face of Citizens State Bank for Blackford County.
You are.
So.
You are.
Thank you.
So she needs a raise, another promotion. Now that cost her $50, but
yeah, and it keeps going up as the clock's ticking. So,
but no, really, like I know what they see. So, like, what do you get paid an hour? Do you looking for a job, Ashley?
Ooh, what if they're all listening to this? We'll have to talk off.
You know what? If they're not listening to this, Ashley, that means they're not supporting you.
They are supportive of me.
And no, if they're not listening to what you're doing here, they're not supporting you. And maybe you need to look at a different place, like Froggy Bottom Outdoors.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at Jared. He's all like, man, he put that out there. Like, checkmate.
I'm just saying. Like, we'll see if they listen. I wouldn't say a thing. We'll see if they listen.
Jeez, I'm gonna put a little birdie in their ear.
I'll pay you $10,000 more a year than what you're making now and give you better benefits.
Shane.
And I don't even know what you're making.
Oh, and I could totally lie to you.
Well, I would check. I still know people.
Oh, but in all seriousness, I really am thankful for Citizens State Bank.
Yep.
And all joking, I mean, really, like, they allow me to do what I do, and I'm very fortunate.
And to anybody else that's listening, why do they allow you to do what you do, Ashley? Like, don't be this humble but why do they allow you to do what you do?
Geez, you sound like all of them.
Yeah.
It's because they know what I'm capable of, and I do what I do because I'm good at it and I care.
And they don't have to worry about it.
Nope.
Like, I have employees like that, and, you know, some of them, and there's nothing I love any more than somebody saying, what's so-and-so doing? I said, I don't have a clue. I don't know if they come in today. You know why? Because I don't have to schedule them. I don't have to tell them what to do. I know I'm probably getting more than the 40 hours that they're required.
Yep.
I'm probably getting more than that.
Yep.
And I don't care what they do.
Yep.
You know, sometimes I'll call, what are you doing? And here's the benefits that people don't understand too. Sometimes I'll call, I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? Actually, I just took off early and went fishing. And you know what I say? See ya, have a good time.
Cool. Yeah.
Because they've probably put in 14 hours the day before.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So when you prove yourself, and you can't expect that.
Right.
You don't deserve that. It's somebody like you coming in with that passion, showing what you're capable of, and you will earn that.
Right.
And you have earned that.
Well, thank you.
So kind of froggy bottom, and you can earn it.
Shane.
Hey, the best thing is they heard an open offer here. So to keep you, they're going to have to
Oh
up
my
your pay
gosh.
by more than $10,000 a year.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, it's on the table. Can they and will they step up? Mr. Dan Mannix, can
They
you
always
and will you
step up for me.
See? So
They're
you
a
put
great
them on there.
supportive system.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
And Shane Smith, they know you too. So but they are I do have a great leadership team.
Yeah.
I really do. Very active in the community. I mean, you see it.
Oh, they are. And a lot of what you're doing in the community, you're allowed to do because of them.
Yep.
So it benefits like your passion with helping the community, helping the small business,
Yep.
helping everything is being backed by your employer.
100%.
It don't get no better than that.
No, not everybody can say that for
No, my boss
their
is a
work
prick.
life. I've heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shane. Oh my gosh.
So, but
But-
I want to get back. So let's, before you, because you're like spinning through this.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. So, but I got to ask questions.
Well, what?
So we all have things that our parents teach us, right? Like your dad. Like, what is something you remember? Like, what have you learned from your dad, good or bad? Like, what is a example that he has set that you will take with you forever, and you know that?
I mean, obviously I talked about his past and his addiction, right? But he is such a good father, and he did anything for Kara and I. I remember he was a truck driver for Marathon. So he drove a gas tanker. So very dangerous job, you know. I mean,
Right.
you know, you're loaded with fuel and all that. But I will never forget, he always worked Christmas, right? And he let other people have off, but we'd always say, why? And he's like, well, because in one day I made what I can get you girls double, next year, because you girls want this. My girls need this. My girls want this. Like, we never wanted for anything, right? Like,
Right.
he made it happen. But he sacrificed, right? He wasn't there for Christmas. He wasn't there for,
Yeah.
things like that.
Which is what
So,
dads do.
Yep, dads do it.
Like, that's what dads
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
I mean, so your grandparents, you was talking about them. So your grandfather, what
Oh, jeez.
well, I mean, I know there's probably a lot when it goes down
Yeah,
here.
and talking about all this
But-
past, you're
but-
going to make me start crying on the podcast. Jeez.
I told you would cry on this
I know.
podcast. So, but let's keep it together, Ashley. And let's really, as far as what's the most important thing that comes to your mind that he taught you that you'll take forever?
Like, believing in myself.
Yeah.
Like, my nickname for him was Buffalo Gal. If you-
Buffalo what?
Gal. Buffalo
Okay.
Gal. Only if you can imagine, because I go at everything 250 miles per hour.
Right.
Right. So he'd say Buffalo Gal. And there were just so many nights where, even if as I got older or whatever, I'd talk to him, and he'd always just be like, why are you? I'm really trying to keep this together. But
You
just
can do it.
believing in myself. Like, he was, thanks, Jared. Jared gave me the tissues. Just believing in myself.
Right.
Like, why do you question yourself? Like, you're going to do amazing. So just do it, But there was also, just like with my dad, there was that tough love. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, if I did something stupid, he'd be like, why'd you do that? Like, you know what I mean? A lot
Right.
like your dad,
Yeah.
like, what made you think that was a good idea? You
Yeah.
know, like, what, don't ever do that again, like, and I think the worst thing is when we hear the men in our life, like our fathers and our grandfathers say, it's the worst thing to hear. it's never I'm mad at you. It's I'm really disappointed.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And you're like, ooh.
yeah,
That is
I
the
I
worst.
expected more from you.
Yeah,
you know,
that's terrible.
It's like crap.
That is gut wrenching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, never did I ever question my worth,
Right.
when I would go and, it was just always there. And it always, taught take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you got this. Like you don't need, you don't need me. You don't need your mom. You don't need your dad. Like you got this. Like you can make it happen.
Yeah.
And you can make something of your life, and you are worth all of this. So,
Awesome.
Buffalo gal.
Buffalo gal. I've never heard that before. So
Yeah, I mean, it's very fitting, isn't it? Just 90,000 miles per hour at everything. So,
yeah. I won't go there. But all right, your grandma.
what angel on earth?
What's the most important thing you're going to keep with you forever and pass down from her?
I mean, her favorite saying was "Love is eternal." So it's on their headstone because where they're buried at. But she is the one that taught me how to love and love correctly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like she served my grandfather, but not like,
Yeah, in a husband
she
wife.
absolutely. So I mean, picture perfect role model. You know what I mean? And I've never heard anyone say anything bad about my grandmother.
She was so sweet
and so beautiful, and just I think I want to be like her. Like when she entered a room, she lit the room up.
Absolutely, because she would smile. Like all you do is I'd walk by and she just turned to you and smile, and it was like you just had to stop and talk to her.
You did.
You couldn't not talk to her.
No. And what people tell me, they're like, when you smile, you have those Carolyn Hodgen cheekbones, because growing up, I'd be like, my cheeks are so big. You know what I mean? And then like my mom Mimi had them too.
Yeah.
And she just, so and I love those kind of compliments. They're the best kind of compliments.
She always had her hair done up, and
always.
She never went anywhere without her hair done up.
She did always tell me, "Don't leave your house without makeup, Ashley." She did, yeah. When you wake up first thing, you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you put some makeup on. Mm-hmm. She was always fixed up.
Right.
So
your mom.
Oh.
What's the best thing that your mom's ever taught you?
She's my best friend, for one. And she's just, she is, I don't even have the words to describe my mom and the sacrifices that she's made for Kara and I. She was, my mom, there's not enough good things to say about her. You know what I mean? She worked her ass off.
So you think part of the work ethic?
Yes, because she's just like my grandparents, she worked her ass off. She, she made it happen too,
Right.
So especially during the dark time with, my father, she was a steady, just, beacon of light.
Right.
Like my mom's never, just I don't even know how to explain just how perfect and wonderful she truly is.
Yeah.
So
for the most part, she is a Bears fan.
She is a Bears fan. Yeah, she's got that not going for her. But she really is. She is my best friend and the keeper of all things secret and just my true confidant in that. And
you think she keeps everything secret? She sends me
so.
messages for
whatever.
Topics. Yep.
Does she really? You lie.
Yes, she does. You know how me and your mom are.
I know.
She'll be like, save this for a special time. I was like, got it, saved.
Gina. But she's wonderful. So she's taught me everything. So how to be a good mom.
Yeah.
Because she was a good mom. So.
And forever, you, her, and Kara all look like sisters.
And we sound alike.
Yeah.
You call her house and you're like, who are you talking to?
All three of you together is very annoying.
Mom, Kara, you're going to come with me next time so you can punch Shane in the face too.
All three of you guys have probably wanted to do that at one time or another.
We have.
Yeah.
Not really, just kidding.
So besides family, what other mentors have you had in your life? is there anybody that sticks out, or was it just like I'm rolling? Because I mean, it'd be hard to have other mentors with family like that, but
I mean,
but
very
there's got to
pivotal.
be somebody.
I mean, geez, like I'm not even being funny when I say these kinds of things. But when you grow up with a family like me and who had the bar, you and the restaurant, you see a lot of people. So my past was full of like being around Terry Smith, being around Dick Monroe, being around the, Rick Tucker, being around just the very big community driven people who were amazing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Jess Huggins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I got to see all those wonderful people all the time,
Yeah.
and all the great stuff they did around the city. And I'd be like, man, like my grandparents have the coolest friends, and like the coolest people are here. You know what I mean? Like, and unfortunately some have left us way too young,
Right.
and way too early. But like, I will just never forget. And I know everybody can say they had the best one, but I really did have like the best childhood, like, and growing up, like just being around all my grandparents, like, your dad and Terry and Linda in there. And like I said, like Dick and Claudia, and like just everybody in there is just, I would not trade anything in the world for my like memories there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like they all taught me something, and they all loved everyone's kids the same. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like they just were there.
So there's something I just noticed. It just come to my head though. We have a lot of the same passions,
Mm-hmm.
but we talk about these same people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these people were influences for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
But you've seen them and what they did in the community, which is really where you are so focused on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I get older, I am too. But I seen what they did in business.
Yeah.
Like I seen how they handled things. And so to me, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to decipher that, and you're seeing that, but it's the same people. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
the same people that was doing both things, that probably these same group of people had an influence on both of our lives
Absolutely.
in more ways than one, but even separate ways, which in turn brought us around to the same thing. It's kind of cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this town has a lot of this community, I should say, has a lot of amazing people.
It does. It still does.
It still does.
And there's them people, and I'm telling you, Ashley, there's more and more than people coming out.
There is.
More and more people coming out.
I'd like to think we kind of kick-started it.
I think it was already, I almost feel like it was like a bunch of little fires like here and there. Mm-hmm. And then it's like we almost like swept them together and like
Yeah.
maybe blew on it a little bit,
Yeah.
and
Fire starters.
Yeah. And it started rolling. And then the biggest thing when stuff starts rolling, there's got to be a way to keep it rolling.
Yep,
Otherwise
absolutely.
it dies down because, kind of analogy that, and I'm going to go ahead. I want to hear more about you.
Why, though?
Well, I'll say one thing, because you know me, I love to motivate people, right? I love to motivate people. And I see things now that I'm older completely different than I used to see them. But what I mean, you can't stop that train. And even if you're in small business, or even if you're doing like, I'm trying to think of an analogy for this. I love analogies, by the way.
You do. Yeah.
So, okay, let's say you're out there cutting this tree down, right? And you got a chainsaw. So you see a lot of these people in business, or even when they're being driven for these community events, they're going 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my goodness, look at this guy. Like he or she, they're fired up. Well, and they're getting a bunch of stuff done, right? But they don't slow down. So the way I see it is this. You can take that chainsaw with that sharp chain on it,
Right.
and you go 100 mile an hour, and you're cutting firewood and flinging sawdust, right? Eventually that chain starts getting dull. If you don't stop and take a step back and resharpen your chain and take a deep breath and re-go again, then what I see a lot of people doing is they still go 100 mile an hour.
Yes.
And they step back and they're like, why am I not getting anywhere?
Right.
You hear about people hitting a wall, right?
Yes.
Your wall is your chain's dull. And you need to step back and sharpen it and take another look and go again, because you can work just as hard, not cut any wood,
Yeah.
or take a step back for a second, look at what's going on,
Yep.
resharpen your chain and
Assess the situation. Yep.
yeah. And so what I mean by that is having these people go. They're going, but you have enough different people. It gives everybody a chance to go do their thing, take a
Yes.
deep breath and go.
Yes.
So we got to keep everybody taking their breaks, sharpening their chains, and we're going to roll. So,
Yep.
and you're rolling with it. You got a
Basically
squeaky chain, but
pouring-
you're rolling with it.
Pouring back into yourself too.
Yeah. Yeah. And it helps. It helps when you got other people there that's right there with you. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that analogy made sense.
No, it does, because there's been, like I said, I just made a post about this not too long ago, especially with my 10-year with Citizens. Nathan has picked me up off the floor, analogy-wise. I mean, there might have been some times where I lost my total you-know-what, but he's picked me up more times than I can count.
Right.
And that's just what you do, you know? I'll do it for you. You do it for me, you know? So not everything is always rainbows and sunshines.
No, it's not. And I think we're like, even I was going with that is, you always hear, I'm just tired or I'm burnt out. Right. And I've heard a lot, like, how do you not get burnt out? How are you not tired? How are you not whatever? And it is there are times everybody goes, you're everywhere. We see you everywhere you're going. Well, no, you see me when I'm out. But what they don't realize, like, I'll go to the woods.
Yeah.
Like my Sunday is every Sunday pretty much I send Laura a text, going to the woods. No reason, just going to the woods.
Yep.
Sharpening my chain.
Yep.
So yeah. So if you're doing that and you're going 100 mile an hour, that's great. Don't burn yourself out. There's no
Don't
reason
burn.
for it. You're the only
No.
ones doing it.
Yep.
So,
But it's true. People come in. Ashley's never here anymore. Ashley's not. She
You're
still
not.
work here.
You don't even answer your phone.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Like I'm finding different people to work with at the bank.
Don't put that stress on
I always
them.
peek in the office. Bill, what was his
Bill
last?
Seward.
Yes. So I used to mess with him. Imagine that, right?
Oh,
I have messed
know.
with, for those of you that don't know, if you ever work at Citizens Bank, I will mess with you.
Oh my God.
And he would.
True story.
He would get to a point where he wouldn't be there. So this is Bill. This is somebody that, how old was he when he retired? I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He helped me when I was starting my business and everything. Well, I would do the same thing. I'd put signs like office for rent because every time I go in there, he wouldn't be there. That is where all this started. You can blame him for everything that started with what I do to you
Bill.
guys.
He was a good guy.
Oh, he helped me so much. Like so much. I was when I was like pay setter or something, you know, and I
love
have
him.
Citizens. So, but okay, so we've got your mentors. We've got your family. We got what you do. Actually, what's your hobbies? And I already know this answer, so I'm gonna see how you answer it.
I love to golf.
Yeah.
So you knew my family was very avid golfers. So I love to golf. So obviously I love sports. Like I would rather like go watch a sporting event than go watch like a romantic movie or whatever. Like take me to the football game, okay? Like, you know, Nate knows. I love concerts. I love going to concerts. Is that what you were going to say?
Hold on one second. I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh, God.
How many times have you been golfing in the last year?
Quite a bit.
Really?
Nathan, well, in the golf course, I mean, I don't know
Right.
really what's going on with it, but Nathan and I went quite a few times last year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a little different. So I figure a lot of your hobbies is what you're doing with work. Does that take over? That's where I was kind of going because
But
I
I
always
do
say
love
I have.
it.
I always say I have hobbies, but
It's
when
work.
you start looking at it, is everything I do is somehow involved with.
I
what
love being community involvement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love planning events. I love helping people have successful events and things going on. So yeah, like just last night I attended the small business meeting. Had to leave early, take my son to baseball practice. Cash had baseball practice, but it's just like that. So you work all day.
Yeah.
You go to the small business meeting, you leave, you go take your son to baseball, so it's like you said, always working. I mean,
is.
but when you love what you do,
Yeah, it's not work.
it's not work.
No, it's not. And I'm glad you've been golfing a lot because, the last podcast, eventually we've got this contest coming up.
And I'm going to win.
Did your workers at the bank tell you?
What?
Oh, they haven't told you yet?
No.
Okay, never mind.
And I even seen them today.
I've been working on, I got an angle I'm working. Look, you got to start early, then you got to start smart, and you got to make sure you win at all costs. Because winners win and losers lose. And
There's no in
like
between.
I don't like to lose.
Great.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, thanks.
So
Thanks, staff.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Yeah.
you didn't even tell me that.
oh no, I've done locked up. You're going. Let's put it this way: you're going to have to go to different businesses and areas to find support.
Shane.
For you.
Oh my gosh. No, it'll just be Nathan and Cash out there rooting me on
Yep.
everybody.
And I'm going to
Wait,
have
unless you've already recruited them to be on your side. So
Cash. I'm sure. I mean, that's not going to get him, but Nathan, that'd be easy too. But yeah, you're in trouble.
I'll
But
be
I
alone.
just
Jared,
cannot
Jared,
wait.
Will you be rooting for me?
Jared,
I'm on Sasquatches.
look, Ashley is going to need somebody on her side because, like, my family, probably her family,
Oh my God.
all of her coworkers will be out there supporting the Squatch. And I really do feel bad. I don't want to leave her out there alone. But I do think it's going to be awesome to have all these Citizens State Bank dressed up people out there rooting for
Oh
me
my
instead
gosh.
of for the person that works with them.
Okay, so I am taking up
Thanks, Morgan. Thanks, Emily. Thanks,
I am
everybody.
taking up volunteers who will be willing to come be on my team and supporting me with this Squatch and Ashley.
What kind of pay are you offering?
Huh?
What kind of pay are you offering?
It's negotiable.
Jared asked what kind of pay.
It's negotiable.
Yeah.
Negotiable.
It depends on how desperate she is at that
Yeah.
time.
Don't want to completely clear out Nathan and I's bank account, but
Just actually, it just goes to show that people usually back winners. Like when they know the team's going to win the Super Bowl.
okay. Well, I
that's who
will have
everybody
you know
likes.
that if you don't recall on the last podcast, you said, "Oh, I'll probably be horrible."
Doesn't mean I won't beat you.
Shane Smith.
Oh,
True.
we are okay. I love it. I love
I
it.
can't wait.
I can't either. I want to be the first people if they get this golf course going again. I want to be the first group out there.
Me and you.
Yeah, we will. We will get everybody out there. It'll look like what's that Adam Sandler movie? That
Happy Gilmore.
yeah, because that's how I'm gonna golf.
You're not allowed to.
A hockey stick.
You're not allowed to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh. Are we done talking about me?
No, heck no. So hobbies. What are your goals? Your future goals? Like people like you always have goals because when you get close to reaching a goal, you throw it away and you make it bigger.
Right.
I know how you work. It's the same way I work. So, but currently, what are your goals in life?
To keep becoming a better mom is my number one goal. So, like Tim Norris said,
we want no goals.
come on, that is. I
Yes.
want to be a better mom than I was yesterday, right? That's my
Okay.
number one goal always,
Right.
right? But my goal in work, I'll start with that first. I just want to grow my branch. Like I want to be the main relationship partner to Blackford County Citizen State Bank, because I'm only as good as my staff, and I have a dang good staff. You know my staff. They're good.
Oh yeah,
I have a
they
good
support me.
staff. Yeah, I know. Thanks, guys. Jeez. Even Dylan?
I didn't see him, but I'm sure
Oh, I'm
they're
gonna
all
get
they're
to
all
Dylan.
on board. They're all on board.
I might get to Dylan.
They're all on board.
But no, really, I have a great staff. And she's one of my best friends, Miranda.
You know what?
my-
I just had an idea. I know you're talking about yourself, but I had an idea.
What?
I will pay you and your staff to come work.
Oh my gosh, girls!
I will do a complete.
And Dylan, cover your
I will
ears.
do a complete takeover because Citizens does have some of the best
I
employees.
know.
So I will pay you more than you're making
No,
now.
stop saying that to my staff. We're going to fight after this,
And look, you get to work with me.
which is a negative.
Oh no, they love it.
Which is a negative.
Anyhow, so you have a great staff.
Miranda is wonderful. She holds down the fort, man. She is the operations manager, and she does amazing things. And people come in and they're like, well, where did so and so go? But like, my goal is always to grow my people to where they leave me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
You want them to do better.
like you want them to do better. So,
Working on get him to leave her.
Jared, my God.
See, I even got Jared on my back.
No, that's
he said,
not what
he
I
goes
meant.
exactly. He goes,
No.
they can leave her and come
Oh my
to me.
gosh, I meant like
Guys,
progress in their
she
career.
just said
at
she
Citizen
don't
State
want you.
Bank.
She wants you to go to Froggy Bottom and be a better
Oh,
person.
Jared, you are gonna get it. I meant progress in your
Come
career
see
at
me at
Citizen
Froggy
State
Bottom.
Bank.
You have gotten so good at Citizens that it's time to move to the next level.
Stop it.
It's time to level up,
No,
girl. It's time to
stop.
level up. Come on.
Hear me banging on that desk. Knock it off.
All right.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay. What's your goals? Now I gotta stop you on your goals a little bit. Because you're doing your typical Ashley talk.
But see, the thing is
I want your
I do
selfish
have.
goals.
I mean, but the thing is Shane, I am so, I don't think like that. I am literally the most selfless person you have ever met.
Modest too.
I'm not.
So, okay.
I really am though. Like, I don't have like,
No, I
I want to
agree.
make 6 figures by 2028. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I don't have those. I have like, I want my family to have everything. I want to be the best partner to Nathan I can be. I want him to be successful in life. I want him to have the career he wants and everything. I want Cash to have. I'm just very, I think it's a positive, but it can also be a negative in my life that I'm so very selfless. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And you are.
I
You are.
am.
I'm trying to drag something out of you.
What?
No, I mean, just that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, I mean, because you are very selfless, right?
Yes.
And I was trying to see if I could find something that wasn't, and there's not.
Wow. So I'm just really how you think I am. Wow. I'm true.
Oh, you're exactly how I know you. But no, I get it. Your goals are self-improvement goals.
Yes. Yes.
So what's your goals for your employees?
I want them to progress in their career with Citizen State Bank. No, but really, I want them to come to Miranda and I want them to say, Ashley, I would like to move on. I would like to. It's Cash calling me.
She answered on the recording. He would never know.
No, he wouldn't ever know. Poor little guy.
So,
But I want them to come to me and say, I want to do this in my career. I want to do this. And I'm going to say, let me get you on the path to doing that. You know what I mean?
so what if they come to you, like, do they come to you and say, hey, I really think I'm worth more money?
Well, guess what, Shane? I'm not like you. I'm going to pay my employees what they're, you better stop it. I know what you're doing because you're going to say, listen, I can pay you more. Stop trying to steal my employees.
I want to know this answer. That's not what I'll say. I won't say that. I'm over that little picking part.
Oh, yeah, right.
No. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I've been here for this long.
I'm going to fight for them.
Okay. So, but they have a good reason, right? So are your employees, do you believe they're all worth more than what they're making?
Oh, absolutely.
So listen, all the employees
I knew
go
you were
in
gonna
for
do
your
that.
raises
So funny.
because I set you up and you are welcome. You heard it right here on the Squatch and Ashley show. So that's why they have my back, Ashley, because I have their back.
I know. Yeah, I knew exactly what you're doing. I was playing into your little shenanigans, whatever.
Walked right into it.
Yeah, whatever.
So, is there anything else? Like, I want to know what we're not supposed to know about Ashley. Is there anything else? Like, what's the thing that somebody don't know about Ashley?
I'm very insecure.
Yeah.
Very. I can seem very not
Right.
insecure. I can seem very positive all the time, but I struggle a lot.
A
With
lot
my
of
self-worth. with my mentality of myself, always thinking I didn't do good enough.
Right.
I'm not good enough. And I'm not asking for a pity party. I'm not asking for when we post this episode, everybody underneath be like, but Ashley, you're so amazing. No, I'm really being real with you. I struggle very much with just feeling like I have done enough or I am enough or, I'm very insecure.
But this is what I've been trying to tell you. The reason you're like that, and that's how you have to shift, that I don't feel like I've done enough, I don't feel like I do enough, is the driver why you will do more than anybody else.
Right.
Because at any point in time, if you say I've done enough and it's good enough and I'm good enough, then you're done. That's where you've leveled up to that point and
Right.
it's done.
Right.
And I would say most people that are making moves, doing things, making things happen, if you know any of them, they never feel like they're doing enough.
Right. Right.
Like they never go home at night and be like, oh yeah, it just doesn't happen that way.
No.
That's what drives them. That's why they can't sit down. That's what
Yes.
drives them is because they want to make sure they're doing enough.
Right.
And that's why it hits you so hard when somebody makes you feel like you haven't done enough.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why I said there's at some point in time, guess what?
I
Them
know.
number ones I get all the time. You need to learn how to give them to other people but me.
I know, but I'm just telling you, you're number one.
Well, everybody already knows that.
You're number one. You're number one.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's just, and here I am 40 years old and I've not learned that.
And some people never do, but that's part of what makes you you.
Right.
Like, it just is.
Well, thanks. I hope that's a good thing.
Maybe.
But it is. That's why, it's why I do get my feelings hurt very easily. So please be kind
Look.
to me after this podcast.
Look. Either that or just hammer her to death so she can just get over this
Stop.
point of her life and learn how to deal with it.
Oh my gosh. Don't do that to me. No. Please be kind.
No, be nice to Ashley. Ashley tries to be nice to everybody.
I do.
Well, almost.
Except Shane Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anything else? Like we got, I think a lot of people, a lot of people already know what you're doing.
I know. People have said, do you have to put everything on social media? You live on social media.
That's why everybody knows.
The thing is I'm an open book. And the stuff that I do post, people, like I said, can think it's fake or whatever. It's not. You talk to me, you talk to Nate. We have a great relationship. You talk to Cash. He has a great childhood. He'll talk wonderful things about his mother. You know what I mean? I'm successful in my career. But it's, don't always assume just because people post that stuff on social media that they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, that they've never had hardships, they've never overcame dark times, because I guarantee you're 100% wrong every time.
Well, and one thing I've always said, even if you was born with the silver spoon, by the time you're our age, you're either going to keep it or lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really that's as easy as it is. I mean,
Yes.
it is. And if you wasn't more silver spoon, by the time you're our age, you can just go get it.
You want it.
Yeah, you want it. Yeah, and honestly, your social media posts, for those that really know you, the whole Valley Girl comes off in them posts, and that's probably why people think that, you just get that Valley Girl vibe, right?
Like, she's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, at times you are.
Shane.
Look, we love you. We let you be annoying.
Thank you. Appreciate it, I guess. Wow.
But it is 5:16 on a Friday, and we showed up here at 2:30 for an hour podcast. I don't know how long we're in.
We talked about business before.
116.
Yeah,
Not bad.
No.
Business before.
Yeah. And guys, our podcasts are long. We don't time them. We don't have cutoffs. We just roll. So the next one might be 10 minutes. I mean, but the only way that's going to happen is if she don't come.
Well, you guys got
So-
interviewed before the podcast. That's that's worth mentioning.
We did. We got interviewed. Yep. So you have to look at that coming through the news times. Mr. Scott Schaefer came by and did an interview with Shane and
We're
I.
going to be on in the newspaper.
We are. Front page, hopefully.
Well, I told him it was front page or no page.
I think he took you serious.
Yeah. I think
Yes, Shane. Yep.
I'm not sure he knew how to take me at all, period.
I don't either. Poor Scott. Sorry, Scott, for listening, because remember, we gave him homework tonight. So.
Well, this guy comes to do an interview on the Squatch and Ashley show, and I asked him, have you
Oh
listened
my
to any of our
gosh.
podcasts? He says, no. I said, you're telling me you come here to do an interview and you did no homework before you got here? Like, come on, All right, Ashley.
Any other questions?
Oh, there were some, but I'm not allowed to ask. Here's what I do want to say. For me personally, and probably from most of Blyford County, thank you for what you do.
Shane, thank you.
So,
Thanks, Jared.
so we see it. There's people that see it. You're good, even though you can be annoying, even though you can be a Valley Girl. We see what you're doing. Keep rocking it. Even when your employees don't back you all the time, they back me instead. Just keep rocking it.
Hey, we've done a lot of great things together. Look at all the stuff we did for Brody.
Yeah. Yep. So
We can, if we put our minds together, it can be pretty dangerous.
it can. It can.
So.
No, we are, and you're going to see a lot more of us. So that being,
Hey, we've even said maybe we will appease all of you people, but maybe do a couple that are going to be kind of live video. We've talked about that fun stuff.
we've talked about that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I keep getting asked that. They want to see your face, Shane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yeah. I know. I just don't like unleashing all that sexy.
Definitely R-rated, right?
And
I got our R-rated today.
You did. So anyhow, are we good? Can we cut this thing off?
Yes, because you did that to me today. So how dare you? But thank you for
Oh, by the way, I did see you got nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge with me. So
Did I really?
yeah, so we're going to have to get
Who
that.
did
taken care
that?
of. Little Tilly
Oh,
Tanae Terhune.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, she nominated me and you on it. You'll have to go watch it.
I love that she said she was going to do that to me and you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So we had a little story time.
'Kay.
So there's a little inside joke. Like I'll start talking about like something and she'll go, story time. So I actually got asked because I didn't, when we tell these stories, I don't start it out with story time.
That's
So
hilarious.
there you go, Tilly.
I love it.
And I call her Tilly. It's Lily, but I call her Tilly for everybody. So everybody heard she is Tilly.
So when are you going to do it?
I don't know.
How long do we have?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'll get hold of you. We'll figure it out.
we got to do it.
All right. But until next time, we got to cut this off. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for listening this long.
Yeah, thanks you.
I mean, some of these, I get it, but they're long.
worth it.
But it's worth it. And I think they get better the longer they go. Like once we get rolling. So, but hey, till next time, I'm Squatch.
I'm Ashley.
Peace out.
Bye.